The Cathari High Command had never issued a general alert in over 3 centuries. Their empire spanned 12 star systems. Their fleets were forged from neutron-dense alloys, and their war doctrine was built on the unshakable belief that no species could stand against their coordinated hive mind tactics. Yet now, across every command channel in the Cathari Armada orbiting the contested world of Xylos Prime, a single shrill alarm blared. Caution, incoming human warship. Admiral Verkal of the Cathari First Fleet stared at the tactical holodisplay, mandibles twitching in disbelief. A single vessel, designated UNS Resolute, had dropped out of FTL just beyond the Oort cloud. No escort, no support fleet, just one oddly shaped angular ship, its hull scorched and patched, drifting like a wounded predator. Impossible, Verkal hissed through his translator. Humanity's fleet was decimated at Proxima. Their homeworld is under quarantine. This must be a probe, or a ghost, but the sensors didn't lie. The energy signature matched known human antimatter reactors, though this one pulsed with erratic, almost biological harmonics. And the ship was accelerating. Toward them, scramble interceptors, Verkal ordered. Deploy the gravitic lances. I want that vessel reduced to atoms before it crosses the inner perimeter. On the bridge of the UNS Resolute, Captain Elias Rourke leaned back in his command chair, sipping lukewarm coffee from a chipped mug. Around him, the crew moved with calm efficiency, no panic, no frantic chatter. Just the low hum of fusion cores and the occasional beep of diagnostics. Gravitic lances powering up, sir, reported Lieutenant Chen from Tactical. They're locking on. Rourke set his mug down. Let 'em lock. Helm, execute pattern theta. Aye, Captain. The Resolute shuddered as its experimental drive, part machine, part bioengineered neural lattice, flared to life. The ship didn't just dodge. It folded space around itself in micro-jumps, appearing and disappearing like a phantom. The Cathari gravitic lances fired, tearing through vacuum where the human ship had been a millisecond before. On the Cathari flagship, Verkal slammed a clawed fist onto his console.
How? Their drive signature defies known physics.
They're using quantum-entangled biocircuitry, came the reply from the science officer, voice trembling. It's alive, the ship thinks. Rourke allowed himself a grim smile. The Resolute wasn't just a warship. It was the last hope of Earth, and the culmination of humanity's desperate fusion of technology and biology after the Proxima cataclysm. While other species built machines, humans had learned to grow them, to bond with them. Target their command nexus, Rourke ordered. Fire the psionic lance. Aye, sir, charging. The Cathari had no concept of psionics. To them, thought was chemical, communication was digital. But humanity, after generations of surviving psychic storms on colony worlds and neural plagues from alien ruins, had evolved. Or adapted. Or both. The Resolute's prow split open, revealing a glowing core of crystalline neurons pulsing with blue-white light. A beam, silent and invisible to sensors, lanced out, not at hulls or engines, but directly into the Cathari fleet's shared neural network. On every Cathari bridge, the hive mind shrieked. Suddenly they felt it, the raw, unfiltered terror of a species that had clawed its way out of extinction again and again. They felt the memory of Earth burning, of children hiding in bunkers as alien warships rained fire, of soldiers charging into certain death with nothing but grit and a prayer, and beneath it all, the unbreakable will to survive, to fight back, to win. Verkal collapsed to his knees, clutching his head. His mind was flooded with human memories, a mother shielding her child during an orbital strike, a pilot ejecting into vacuum with a smile because he'd bought his comrades time, a scientist injecting herself with an experimental virus to stop a plague. This is not warfare, Verkal gasped. This is soul. The Cathari fleet froze. Ships drifted. Weapons powered down. Across the Armada, warriors wept, something their species had never done before. 3 hours later, a single Cathari shuttle docked with the Resolute. Verkal stepped onto the human bridge, unarmed, his armor scorched and his eyes hollow. Captain Rourke stood to meet him. No weapons drawn, no guards, just 2 commanders, one broken, one weary. You could have destroyed us, Verkal said, voice raw. Why didn't you? Rourke gestured to the viewport, where the Cathari fleet hung motionless against the starfield. We don't kill those who've already surrendered. And you surrendered the moment you understood us. Understood what? That humanity doesn't just fight to win, Rourke said quietly. We fight so others won't have to. Furcal bowed his head. The Cathari have conquered 100 worlds. But today, we met a species that conquers fear itself. Back on Earth, the news spread like wildfire. The impossible had happened. Not through superior firepower or numbers, but through the sheer, terrifying weight of human spirit. In the galactic archives, the entry for humanity was quietly updated. Under threat level, the old classification, minimal, primitive, then was erased. In its place, a new warning glowed in bold, crimson letters across every alien database. Caution. Incoming human warship. And beneath it, in smaller text, a footnote added by a trembling Xylosian scholar, they do not come to conquer. They come to remind you what it means to be alive.